6? Oh, the implicit differentiation? Alright, let's see. Oh, did I give you the answer key yet? Let me do that. Maybe that'll help out. Yeah, it's in the front pocket. Oh, sorry. Yeah. We'll leave off. You guys. Huh? Any next one? I think I did number 7, number 58 on a previous practice test. I can remember. It seemed very familiar to me.
What's 10 with the line?
Where is it?
Oops. Not new. The 3rd page.
Oh, yeah. So if you don't notice right off the bat, you notice pretty quickly. Let's see, where did I notice this? So your original function, whenever you have an integral, what you really need to look at first is, does the function inside have any discontinuities? In fact, does it have any infinite discontinuities? Integrals can handle jump discontinuities, but you just have to break them up. So this function, t squared over t plus 1, it's of course infinitely discontinuous at t equal to negative 1, which is in the interval negative 2 to 5. Right? So it's one of those things where you should always check it first. But it so seldom happens that you get to the point where you're like never checking it. And then suddenly it happens. You're like, damn, if I would have just checked it.
Yeah, that word. Because the
Bottom is t plus 1.
I'm sorry, what?
The bottom is t plus 1, so when t is negative 1, it goes to infinity. At the same time, it's a lot like a limit. You could say the integral is infinite. But unless, in this case, it's an infinite discontinuity like this, right? So then you don't know how much of that it actually cancels out, so it's difficult to tell. Is it positive infinity or negative infinity? So in that case, you just say it does not exist. I have no idea if that made any sense.
T to the 3rd, it would still be infinite. If it was t to the 3rd,
Oh, yeah.
T plus 1.
Yeah, it's all because of that t plus 1. Yeah. You have a function inside that has an infinite discontinuity somewhere. The integral is not defined to work on those kind of functions.
I guess I was looking at that as it goes to here, there's an open hole, and then it goes somewhere else.
No. Because at negative 1, the top is 1, and the bottom goes to 0. Open hole would exist when they have the same value. It would be like, like t squared minus 1 over t minus 1. Then there would be an open hole at 1, because it actually cancels. T still can't be 1, but it doesn't go to infinity because these keep each other in check. But that's not what happens here. So yeah, it's infinite. Can you believe this is the last class?
No.
Do you appreciate that you have a week, or is that bad news? And you guys noticed I put on the top of the grade sheet my office hours for the rest of the week. I'm giving a final tomorrow night. So my office before then, and then I'm in my office a couple days after that. Notice how it says on there, office or MSC hours. So I'm definitely going to be in my office before our final, before tomorrow night's final, before any final, I'm in my office. But on those other days, like Wednesday, I can't remember now. Do I have any left here? What days did I say?
Wednesday, Thursday.
There it is. Yeah, like the Wednesday and the Thursday. If nobody's in my office, I might put a note on my door and say I've gone to the Mass Study Center. Because if nobody's coming to see me, I'm going to go over there and help people out in there. And this semester I haven't really. I miss it. Yeah, because I loved going from like pre-algebra to differential equations to pre-calculus to.
It kind of seems like they need people who can actually do that.
Yeah, I used to run it a few years ago. Yeah, I used to be in charge of it, and somebody else took over, and I'm trying to keep my mouth shut about it. He's a really cool guy, but I just don't know why it's not working the way it should be in some places, but oh well. Anything else from the... Yeah.
Is there any point on coming on tomorrow? Or will you be too busy?
Oh, I have no idea. So if you come by, I'll tell you this. If you come by, I'll definitely find some time to help you. I really don't anticipate a crush of people, to be honest. Yeah. But you never know. There might be a ton of people in there, but the way I look at it, everybody, if you're my student, my office hours are for my students. So just because you have a final next, or you have a final coming a week later, it's still my office hours for my students. So if you want to come by, cool. Yeah.
And can we make corrections on this last?
Oh yeah, do it by Monday. Anything you have not turned in yet. If you don't want to turn, some of you guys have turned stuff in. It doesn't matter if you turn it in tonight or next Monday. It'll be the same amount of credit. So whatever you haven't turned in yet, you can turn in by Monday.
Is there any chance we can get credit for missing homework if we do it?
Yep.
In preparation for the final.
Oh yeah. It's late.
Right.
If you turn in section 2.2 homework, it's kind of late, but so you won't get. I'll give you actually around half credit depending on how late it is, or so yeah, you'll get more than zero, and it gets you ready for the final. Yeah. Yeah.
Where's the cutoff between A and A minus again? 93?
92.
92.
So if you get a 91.8, you get an A minus. You get a 92.0000000, you get an A. Yeah. Now I can also see tutoring records. I can log in and see who's gone for tutoring and all that kind of stuff, and I count that as part of an effort kind of grade. I don't do an effort grade, but still, if you've gone for tutoring and if you've done a lot of the corrections and you ask good questions and all that kind of stuff, you could benefit from the teacher fudge factor at the end. So if you did have a 91.8 and you were doing all that stuff, I might give you an A instead of an A minus.
Doesn't the Math Study Center, those hours count?
Yeah, now watch this. Everybody's going to be like, I'm going to look in and say, he logged 500 hours in the last 3 days. Holy shit. But yeah, totally. Yeah, I can look it up, and I can look up and see who in my class is gone and how much. Yeah. So that's what I do every semester at the end. Yeah. And I'm not saying if you didn't have to go to the Math Study Center, then it's okay. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. But if you needed to, it should have helped you by itself, plus, you get a little extra just for taking advantage of that. Okay. Yeah.
Could you do 9C? Because I've tried working that thing, and it never works.
All right, if you're ready, you can head out. You don't have to. Some of you guys look a little antsy.
I feel good, Jeff. I feel good.
Oh, 9C.
That thing's a monster.
Yeah, notice how I said oops.
Yeah, that's why I looked at your directions. Like, okay. Well,
Yeah, I just put the wrong number to make it work out right. it's not doable the way it is. At least not for us.
Okay, good. Because I tried working on it for 45 minutes. And then
Yeah, I just wasn't careful with my coefficients. So that when you take the derivative, they match up. Well, they don't, because I just wasn't careful enough. So instead of 9 there, it should have been I don't know. It would have to be really gross. I'm not sure what I was thinking there.
just make sure it wasn't.
No. What was it here? Oh, okay. Let me write myself a note. Where's my arrow?
Feel better, right?
Okay.
You didn't give any comment?
Oh no, I didn't look at it. Yeah, didn't have time.
When it's blank, does that mean it's okay?
Yep.